Hey, what's up guys, it's JC Santos back with another video, and for today I'm doing like a little review and I was gonna do an unboxing, but whatever, I didn't. So today I'm doing a little review on the ND filters for a DJI Spark. DJI Spark, yes. So as you can see, I have mine right here. And so basically every time I would use my Spark, since I didn't have ND filters, or at the time when I first initially got it, there weren't any made for this drone, but now they are. I got some cheap ones on Amazon. They're only $20 and they're made by the company Neewer, N-E-E-W-E-R. And so I got it in the mail. It comes in a little pack like this, and it comes with the ND4, ND8, ND16, and a polarizing filter. So I just wanted to test it out. I'm going to show you footage of the drone at ISO 100 at the shutter speed is at 1/60th of a second. And the reason for that is because natively the Spark shoots at 1080p 30 frames per second. So to have that cinematic feel, you want to shoot at 60 frames per second, so that when you go down into post and when you're watching it, it's visually pleasing. It's kind of like what we see in real life as far as like motion blur and all that. So normally when you're shooting the drone on a mid-afternoon like right now, it's so bright that if you have the shutter speed at 1/60th of a second, it's just going to be blown out. So we're going to go ahead. I'm going to show you what the scene right now looks like at the desired frame rate that I want, and we can see how beneficial it is to have these ND filters and how it will make your visuals look much better. And again, I don't know if I said it before, but even if I didn't, these ND filters were only $20, so they're extremely affordable and they can really up your game as far as cinematics and with your drone footage. So we're gonna go ahead, I am gonna go ahead and put the drone up. I'm gonna show you what it looks like at 1/60 at ISO 100 without the filter, and then I'll put the filter to show you the huge comparison and what a difference that it makes. Alright guys, so we just took the drone up, and as you saw in the footage, it was completely blown out. You couldn't see anything. I think you can barely see like the cars passing by. And looking on the menu and my manual settings, it was giving me a +2 valuation. So I was overexposed 2 stops. So the way these ND filters work, ND4s take 1 stop of light, ND8s take 2 stops, ND16s give you 3 stops of light as far as cutting it. So since it gave me that I was overexposed 2 stops, I'm gonna go ahead and put the ND filter 8, and we're gonna see the difference. And also it would also tell us if the light meter inside the drone is pretty accurate. So we're gonna go ahead and check that out, and we'll see how the ND8 filter does as far as quality and how much light is true to what it says as far as cutting 2 stops of light. All right, so I'm gonna get the drone back up in the air, and then you're gonna see that footage right now. Hey, what's up guys? So as you can see, we just put the ND8 filter, and you can see a dramatic difference, but still you can see the sky was overexposed, and as well like some of the asphalt and stuff were still kind of blown out. And I want to say that was user error. Man, I can't speak today. That was user error. And on the DJI application, and when you're looking on your phone to see the exposure, it will only give you +2. So once I saw +2, I just saw, okay, so it's +2 stops overexposed. But really you need to slide that panel and see, once you go past 2 stops overexposed, it's gonna give you more information. So as you get closer to the light meter being correctly exposed, it will tell you the difference. So as I pass two stops exposed, it still continued to say that I still need one more stop of light that I need to cut. So with that being said, the proper ND filter that I needed was the ND16, which is cutting 3 stops of light. So I'm gonna go ahead and put the ND16 on, and it kind of works out because now you guys can see how good this ND16 filter actually is. Normally the darker the filter, the more green hues that you'll get, and kind of like the incorrect color value that you'll get from these ND filters, the darker they get typically when they're this cheap. So we're gonna slide that on and we will compare the difference, and I'll put the drone right back up there and you can see how it's gonna be properly exposed. And again, this is ISO 100 with 1/60 of a second of shutter speed. All right, so let's get to it. All right guys, so now as you can see, I was able to properly expose that footage. I was able to get that desired exposure that I wanted as far as using the ISO at 100, shutter speed at 1/60. And as you can see with the ND16 filter, everything was pretty sharp. Surprisingly, for $20, that ND filter is pretty good. I think you can see the discoloration when you look in the sky, but again, I think that's easily corrected in post as far as grading a little bit. And the thing about the Spark, we don't have the luxury of having a flat profile, so you need to get it right in camera, and these ND filters allow you to do that. And yeah, for $20, I'm extremely pleased with the results. Of course, you're going to use the ND4, ND8 according to your lighting situation. Just make sure when you're on the manual exposure setting, just look at what the light meter is telling you. It's pretty accurate. With the ND16 filter on, it still gave me a plus 0.5 plus overexposed. But again, you couldn't really tell. So the fact that it's 0.5 accurate as far as metering the ambient light is still pretty amazing. So that was my quick little review. I hope this video helps anyone out as far as whether or not you should pull the trigger on getting this cheap ND filter system. I think the quality is pretty good. The installation is a little sketch because you have these thin brackets and you need to basically just have the adhesive hug the outlining of the camera, and then the filters slide right on. So besides that, I think the ND filters are a win. So again, I'll see you guys later. Hope this video helped anyone out curious in getting the ND filter system by Neewer for the DJI Spark. I'll see you guys next time.